40. The number 40. When someone gets to that number, he or she is about to embark on a new journey to accomplish. Jesus Christ, after fasting for 40 days and 40 nights, his ministry took off after being tried for that long. Then great new things happened in his life and in his ministry. Moses actually had 3 40-year cycles, and after each cycle, he embarked on a new journey every time. The first 40 years, he was in Egypt, being led by the Pharaoh god of Egypt at that time, and learning of what the Egyptians did. And after seeing the mistreatment of his people for so long, after 40 years of that, he killed a man and fled to the wilderness. And the next 40 years, he was under Jethro, his father-in-law's rulership. And Jethro taught him how to be a real man, a man of God. Jethro was a man of God, and Jethro was a priest of Midian. And Jethro taught Moses. And for 40 years, from age 40 to 80, Moses was learning how to be a man of God. And then from 80 to 120, Moses transitioned into a new cycle, leading and being a deliverer of his people, delivering his people from Egypt's bondage into the promised land. And Moses at 120 died, seeing the promised land but not entering in. Noah. It rained for 40 days and 40 nights, and Noah saw everyone he knew except for those on the ark perish before him. This was a cycle, a 40-day cycle that he had to get past, he had to get through, in order for him to embark on the new journey, leading his family into a whole new world that they had to make out for themselves. 40 is a very significant number, and Fogo de Chão, this is what he's getting at. Fogo de Chão celebrates 40 years this year, from 1979 to 2019. Fogo de Chão is about to transition into something new. They're about to embark on a whole new thing. And I don't believe it is a coincidence that Curtis Overton is joining the squad here when Fogo de Chão enters its new transitional cycle. So I believe that this is really, really big. This is major. And I believe that God wants me right here, right now. So I stood outside of the building of Fogo de Chão, and I made a video, and I recited a poem from memory right outside of the building of Fogo de Chão. Take a look. The shot of the restaurant. How y'all feeling? So I just want to express a poem that I wrote when I was going through the mistreatment of my other job. I just felt like it was a grave injustice and things just were all out of whack. How they did me was just so wrong, and I felt like I just did not deserve that. Like, why would you do that? So, yeah. I wrote a poem during that time, and this poem was written in December, about 2 weeks before I put in my 2 weeks in December of 2018. And I wrote it and I finished it, and I just was like, just had to just let this thing out, because it just was hurting so bad. Like, why are they doing me like this, you know? So here it is. It's entitled, I've Given It to God. I've given it to God. Lord, they didn't consider my feelings. They didn't care to ask. How long will it take for healing? How long will the hurting last? I'm often reminded of how they've wronged me, like I've been hustled, played, or ponzied. The injustice I've suffered from their hand strips the smile from this man. I once was jovial, lively, hyper.
Now I feel stinky like a bad diaper. I get angry, within me is a fighter. I'm struggling to hold it, but the pain feels tighter. I've decided to give it up. I'm finished. I'm done. Giving it to God means the battle's already won. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. He will repay what's mine. What's yours? So I'm letting God do it. It's His problem now. My joy has returned. I'm no longer down. Oh my God, I depend on you for everything. Saved by grace, yet you're still saving me.